Good morning, scholars. Happy Monday. I'm so excited that we get to explore space for one more week. This week, on our collaborative reading, we're going to look into satellites. Let's discover what happens to satellites that are out in space. Our first vocabulary word is satellite, an object in space that orbits or circles around a bigger object. Our next vocabulary word is friction, the action of one surface or object rubbing against another. Where do satellites go to die? Adapted from ReadWorks. Like every other machine, satellites do not last forever. Whether their job is to observe weather, measure greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, or point away from Earth to study the stars. Eventually, all satellites grow old, wear out, and die. Just like old washing machines and vacuum cleaners. So, what happens when a trusty satellite's time has come? These days, there are two choices, depending on how high the satellite is. For the closer satellites, engineers will use the last bit of fuel to slow it down. That way, it would fall out of orbit and burn up in the atmosphere. The second choice is to send the satellite even further away from Earth. It can take a lot of fuel for a satellite to slow down enough to fall back into the atmosphere. That is especially true if a satellite is in a very high orbit. For many of these high satellites, it takes less fuel to blast it farther into space than to send it back to Earth. Burning metal and spacecraft cemeteries. Getting rid of the smaller satellites in low orbits is simple. The heat from the friction of the air burns up the satellite as it falls toward Earth at thousands of miles per hour. Ta-da! No more satellite.